Kolkata Knight Riders registering a 106-run win over the Delhi Capitals not only ensured that their perfect start to the 2024 season continued, also ensured that they went right back to the top of the IPL table with not only 6 points having been won, but more importantly a net run rate of 2.50. It's approximately around that much, which is a pretty big net run rate to be having so early in the season. What it allows is that if you even get a few losses, which of course are bound to happen, it might not impact your net run rate too much unless they're very big ones. But in the let's say amidst of them getting these 3 wins, they've registered a very unique type of history as far as their own franchise is concerned. And what's even more, it bodes very well for their prospective title challenge in 2024. How so? Well, this is the first time ever in history that KKR have won 3 out of 3 games in the opening stage of the IPL. They've won 2, they have come close to winning 3, but they've never ever won 3 on the trot. In fact, it's very interesting when you compare, say, 2024 to their seasons where they not only won the title but then also even made the final, which has happened on 3 occasions, 2012 and 14 when they made the final and won, and of course 2021 when they made the final but lost to the Chennai Super Kings. How exactly did, let's say, those seasons start off? To get some context on that, first let's look at how it is that this season has gone about. A close victory over the Sunrisers Hyderabad. You'd remember 4 runs was the victory margin. But after that has been followed up by 2 very dominant victories. RCB were thrashed by 7 wickets in their own backyard, and then the biggest win of the season came up against the Delhi Capitals in what was their home ground of Visakhapatnam by 106 runs. So they're currently on top of the table, which is of course great news if you are a KKR fan. Now, how does it compare to the other seasons where they have made it to the final and or won the title? First, let's look at 2012. In 2012, well, they started their season rather inauspiciously because they lost 2 of their first 3 games. In fact, they lost to the Delhi Daredevils by 8 wickets to start off. Thereafter, they lost to Rajasthan Royals by 22 runs, and then they beat RCB by 42 runs to get the campaign really underway. But even then, they had to pick up form pretty strongly in the second half of the season to ensure that they were in with a fight of making it to the playoffs. 2014, a rather similar story. They ended up beating MI by 41 runs, which in itself was a surprise given they already had a pretty bad record against MI. Then once again lost to the Delhi Daredevils and then beat RCB by 2 runs. And in case you're wondering which match was this, yes, this 2014 match which they won by 2 runs was that same match where Chris Lynn not only got a quickfire 40 but took that rather spectacular catch right at the edge of the boundary to seal the game. That was AB de Villiers' catch. So 2014, 2012 you've seen won 2 games, and in the case of 2012 won just 1 game. Both years they ended up not only making the final but winning it. 2021 was a disaster of a season really, because 2021 they beat SRH by 10 runs to start things off and then lost to MI by 10 runs, and to make things worse lost to RCB by 38 runs. In fact, so bad was KKR's season in 2021 that of their first 7 games, which is half the season, they had only won 2 matches. They required a major upturn in form to actually even make it all the way to the playoffs and then the final. Same was the case in 2014. They won their last 8 games on the trot to ensure that they could be making it to the playoffs in 2nd position. Incidentally, KKR also have a rather interesting, let's say a statistical anomaly. In 2012-2014, both years they finished 2nd in the table, but then ended up going on to win the title. Now, why exactly is this start so important? Because again, the more points you have earlier on, the better your net run rate, the better it will be going forward. Because of course, there's going to be a few losses that come your way. KKR as of yet haven't played the quote-unquote stronger teams. There's still matches against CSK to come. There's LSG game which is yet to happen. There's a game against GT, last year's runners-up, yet to happen. But what KKR have done right is ensure that their team is balanced, whether it be in terms of the bowlers, where they have a good mix of pace and spin, and in terms of batting, where they have a lot of power hitters who are taking full advantage of very batter-friendly conditions that have been presented to them thus far. Throw in the fact that KKR have a very favourable home run, which sees them play 5 games on the trot at home. And if you're a KKR fan, you may very well be dreaming that this could finally be the year where not only you end up making the playoffs with ease and also potentially the final, but where the trophy drought may end. Because it's very telling that even in their previous seasons where they were winning titles, they did not make a start as good as this. And I think it's safe to say it will take something absolutely spectacular for them to blow it from here and at least not make the playoffs. But as things stand, safe to say they look like one of the favorites in the early stages of the IPL 2024. But what are your thoughts on the entire matter? Do you agree that KKR are playoff contenders? Do you think that maybe there's still a bit more to prove? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the Sports The Cap, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side, it's goodbye.